I'm still audible,
Hello,
right?
everyone. Welcome to another exciting webinar from Evergreen Digital Tech Solution. So, you know how we do it. We create, you recreate, you post, you tag us, right? So, we're here with another exciting project from one of our community members. So, Rume is the winner of this challenge that we held in our community. And Rume is coming to show us how he created it. I'm so excited for this one because so many people want to know how Rome did it, and he was able to outperform others who engaged in the same competition. So before we get to it, here at Evergreen Digital Tech Solution, if you want to be part of our tech training in data analysis, we'll take you from beginner to job ready. The link is in the description. Register for our training course. We also have a free scholarship program for Google Lucas Studio. So if you want to learn how to use Google Lucas Studio from beginner, of course, to job ready, so you can register for our scholarship program. You will not say that EDTS did not do anything for you. Now we have a free program. What's stopping you from registering? And if you are a data analyst, you want to upskill, you want to build more on what you've learned, you're a beginner, trying to get an entry level job, then you need to register for our internship program. The internship program is for people who have the knowledge and they want to get work experience, they want to get hands-on working on projects with other team members. Internship program is for you. So if you've not registered for any of our programs, you're missing out on a big chance to be a part of our community. So I'm just going to hand over to Rume, who is a data analyst that created the marvelous dashboard that you can see here, the amazing dashboard. So over to you, Rume.
Okay, thank you, Ma. Good evening, everyone. Just to confirm, I hope my voice is audible enough. Can everyone hear me? Madam, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone, once again. And I just want to say a big thank you to Evergreen Digital Tech Solutions and also Madam Siska for this opportunity. I was not expecting this. I mean, immediately when I got the invite, I was so surprised. So thank you. I did not take this opportunity for granted, and I am really, grateful. Thank you, everyone, for everyone who also took part in the competition, in the challenge rather as well. So today I'll be walking you through how I got to build this design that we have here. So interestingly, I built this from using Excel. It's also possible using any of your visualization tools, depending on how you get to navigate it. I didn't just use Excel; I also used PowerPoint at that. So what I'll do, I'll just open a new Excel sheets and then I'll get started there. So the first thing that you would want to do is so let me share my screen for the for my Excel sheets and the data set. Originally, this is what the data set looks like. Please confirm if you can see. All my screen is visible. Let's see. Okay, so it's up now. So this is originally what the data set looks like. It's a call center data set. You can just do a quick EDA around the data set just to see what the data looks like and all of that. Then what you want to do is the next thing I'd like to do is just open a new Excel sheet. Standard practice, you shouldn't work on the original data set that the client gives you, just in case there's an issue, you can easily fall back to it. So I'm opening a new data set and I'll bring the data into this new Excel using Power Query. Prior to this, you would want to get the objectives of what your client wants to see, what the objectives are, the problem you're trying to solve. So that's what will inform the choice of visuals that would be in your dashboard, right? So all that's being said and done, you can now move into your cleaning and all of that. So I'll just bring in the data here. So for me to bring that in, I would want to launch my Power Query editor from my Excel here. And so once my Power Query comes up like this, I could just export the data. So I could just either use this part here. Let me just use this since it's more visible. New source file. The file could be a text or CSV file. It doesn't really matter. You can pick anyone, Excel or text or CSV. So depending on the one you pick, before you search for it, you can just change these Excel files to all files. Now, doing this will help you to, just in case, because sometimes your file might either come as Excel or CSV, you might not be able to tell sometimes. So it's better to just change it to all files, and so that it can give you all the files that you can easily identify the file there. Okay, so I stored mine in Visualization Challenge, and this is the data set here. So once I look for it in my directory, I'll just click on import. So this is more like the ETL process. I'm trying to extract the data. So as the data comes up like this, I have table 1 here. This is what the data looks like. Okay, so this is just like a preview of your data, and I'll just click OK. So the moment I do that, it comes into my Power Query like this. Okay, so all things being equal, you have to do your cleaning and all of that, confirm the number of rows, columns, and all of that, get rid of columns depending on what you need to do. But interestingly, this data, the data is somewhat clean. There was no need for any extra thing, just to confirm the data types. So for example, the customer ID, which is our primary keys in text, customer name. I didn't use customer name in this data set, so I can get rid of it. But if you need it for your analysis, you can leave it. So I'll just remove this customer name here. Sorry, just I'll just right click and remove this column called customer name, and then other data points. Okay, I think I'm good with the other data points. So at this point, let me just rename my table here. Just call it data. You can call it anything you want to call it. It's just something short, so that when you're creating your DAX, you won't have a long name. So once I'm done cleaning and fine tuning my data set, I'll just close and load. Just click here and just say close and load. So at that point, I've done the ETL, the extract, the transform, and the loading of my data into um, Excel. So now, before I do anything, the next thing I want to do is just to quickly save this, so that we don't lose our progress so far. So I'll just click on more options, browse, and I'll just call it, okay, let's say call center performance dashboard. Okay, so I'll just save it in my folder here, visualization challenge, and call center performance dashboard. So I'll just save it here like this. Okay, so so now the next thing I'll do is to bring in my models for the dashboard I want to prepare. If you look carefully, let me just quickly share the screen for that one as well. Okay, so the dashboard to build here is just a minute. So if you look at the dashboard, this is more like this style of design is what we call is more like a widget tab like design, meaning that for every tab there is specific similar visuals representing different categories and different points within the same category. So what that simply means is that for each tab represents now in our data, each tab represents the different call centers of in our data sets, right? For example, generally speaking, in our data sets, the or rather each tab represents the channel for our data. Like for example, let's say we have so this is our dashboard here, and in our data, the original data. So the reason why it's called the widget tab like design is because each of this is our data set here, the cleaned ones, and the tabs, they are built with respect to the channel. So every other thing, every other um, um, metrics, dimensions, KPIs KPIs, we are building with respect to the channel here. So for example, if you check the channel here, we have 4 channels, right? So meaning that for every KPI and metrics we're building it for each of these channels. For example, call center, we're going to build for call center, like you can see from the dashboard here. The first one here, this part here, it's the call center, and then we also have the chatbot, which is the next tab. So this is like a type of dashboard design as well, unlike the general one where we have different charts for one single KPI or 2 other KPIs. So but in this case, we used a specific category or data points to build the tabs. So that's what we want to do. Okay, so to do that, the first thing I would like to do is to create my KPIs. So for example, we have the total calls and we have the percentages and all of that. So that's what I'm going to build now. So coming back to my cleaned data, what I want to do, so let me just share that screen quickly. Okay, so this is our data here. So let's build our pivot tables, or we'll call the data models here. So what I would like to do, I'll just click anywhere within the data set and just come to insert, and then just click on pivot table here. I'll just check this box for add this to data model and just click on OK. So what that does, I've inserted a pivot table. So we all know Excel pivot tables is what we use to summarize data. So what I want to do is create DAX for the first. I want to create a DAX for the total number of calls. Let's see how many calls we've had in the entire period. Right? So I'll just right click on this part here that says data, and I'll just click on add measure. So once I click on add measure, so I'll just rename this to total calls. So for me, I like to see my total calls first. So the total calls here, in this case, would be we'll be using the count. So you can use the count of the. You can use count rows. Count rows just tell you the entire robots. You can also use the ID. That is the ID for each of them. So just the count of the ID. And at this point, you want to use the one that has data ID, because if you create this, you see 2 of them. One is just ID, and then the other one is just data ID. It's best to use this one that has the table name with it, because the one with just ID is quite limited. So I'll just double click on this and just close the bracket. So once I do that, always check for your DAX here. You want to make sure that you have this green tick. I'm telling you that the formula has no errors. And then the category or the data type, I'll just set it to whole numbers. And I'll just check this box for 1,000 separate, so just in case it's more than 1,000 here. So I'll just click OK. So once I click OK, I'll just scroll down. You see your total calls here. So let's see. If I drag it to values here, you can see we have the total calls, and that also confirms what we have in the data here. So let me just rename this sheets to rename it to models. So like um, our models for our visuals. So that's the total there. So now what I want to do, like I said, the design we're trying to go for is based on the channels, right? So I would like to see the total calls for each of the channels respectively. So at this point, what I want to do, I'm going to create another DAX. This time, I want to count. So the first channel we're going for is the call center, right? So basically, what I want to do, I want to count this the total number of IDs that I have, but at the same time, I don't want to count everything. I just want to count those ones that indicated call center, right? So at that point, we need to use a DAX such that the DAX will count the patient ID, but it only counts only those that indicated call center here. Here you can see call center. So it's just going to count those IDs that are call center here. So the DAX for that is the calculate function. I know some of us know that. So what I'll just do, I'll just right click on this data here, add measure, and I'll just call it, let's say, so let me just use short acronym. So TC in bracket call center. And for this one, I'll just use the calculate function. So the calculate function here basically helps us to count, to carry out, DAX operations with specific, conditions and all of that. So I'll put in a calculate, and then I'll put in my count like I did for the total calls, right? I'll put in my count of the ID, which is the data ID here, and then I'll just close the brackets. and I'll put a comma. So now this is the count of ID. However, I want to count only, I want to, before counting the data, the ID, I need to bring in the channel, right? Because that's what we want to consider is the channel for the data sets. So I'll just click on the channel and then I'll put an equals to here and open a double quote and put call center, call center like this, and then I close my bracket. So basically, what this simply means, just to explain what's happening here, is that I want to do I want to count the number of IDs we have, right? However, I don't want to count the entire ID. What I want to do, I want to count only those that indicated call center. So that's the explanation of the calculate function. It helps you, you could use it for anything, but in this case, we're using count so that but at this time we just want to count those that indicated, you know, call center. So I'll just set this to whole numbers and just check this box for 1,000 separator and I just click OK. So if I come down here like this and I drag my TC call center here, okay, so it's blank. There's a reason for that. Let's confirm because it's case sensitive. You have to write it exactly the way it is. So you can see the call center here as it's spelled. So what I can do to just make it easy to be sure that that's exactly what I'm getting, I can just easily copy this Ctrl C here and just come to my models and just right click on this call center that I created here and just here like this. Sorry, let me do that quickly again. Okay, so you can see the reason why we have a blank is because if you notice the center I spelled was CENTRE, but you can see this one here is CENTR. So you have to, if you're using the calculate, whatever you are filtering through, that should be exact. So I just have to change that there. So I'll just right click on this, edit measure. So you can see mine is RE here. That's why it gave a blank because there's nothing like that there. So I just change it to ER. And then also let me just change the name here to ER. So once I do that and I click OK, you can see we have our call center here 23, right? So the reason why we had blank before, like I said, was because the spelling, it has to be the same thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same for all of the different channels, right? So this is for call center. So to save time, I can just come to this TC call center, edit it. I'll just copy all of this, Ctrl C, just click OK. I can put it maybe somewhere, maybe in my notepad or something, and I'll just right click on my data, add measure. So this time I want to do TC. Let me confirm. So to confirm the all channels we have, come to the data here. So we have chatbots, right? There's a chatbot here. So I can just right click on this data here, add measure. So this time I'll do TC chatbot, right? So this is how it was spelled, and then I'll just paste this particular DAX that we created for call center. But this time I'll just change this call center here to chatbot. So this time I want it to just count for those that indicated chatbot. So I'll just check the box here and set it to whole numbers. I have one number here. Just check this box and I say okay. So I can just quickly check this box to confirm. So you can see we have that. So this is what I'm going to do for all of them. So the next one we have is email, and then we have web. So let's do for that quickly. Same thing, just right click on your data here, add measure. So this one we'll call it TC email, TC email, and I'll just paste my calculate here, but this time I'll just change this call center here to email. Email. Yeah, so just check my DAX, always check that so to be sure that your DAX is correct. And then just click whole numbers, check this box and just say okay. So I can just check it to confirm. So we have 8 of them. And then finally we have for the channel, we have for web here as well. So I just come to models, just right click on this, add measure. So this will be TC, which stands for total calls in bracket web. And then I'll just paste this and I'll just edit this to show for just web. Just check the box. Okay, so where are we missing it? Okay, you can see that's why it's very good to always check this box. So you can see this here, and it tells you the error that is here. You can see the syntax for equals to is incorrect, as you can see here, right? So it's because we have two equals to sign here. So I'll just remove that there. I'll check the box again, and I'm good to go. So I just click on numbers, decimal, whole numbers, check this box, and just click on OK. Once I scroll down, just check this box for web. So we have all of this. So this is just to confirm for the different models, the different KPIs. So you can see these are the four channels that we have and the four tabs that we have in our um, dashboard, right? So once I'm done with that, I could also um, create. So the next I want to create is the percentages in terms, the percentages of all the calls. Let's get to see them separately as well. So to do that, all I need to do is I could just come. So on that thing, let me just make a copy of this and separate them, because most of the time it's better in Excel. It's good you remove your values from the pivot table, because there are some charts that you cannot create while the values are inside pivot tables. So at that point you have to extract, the values into a normal cell. So let me just make a copy of this, just put it here like this, just put another one here and put another one here like this. And for this one, I could just uncheck all of this here. Web, come to this one as well. Just uncheck this, and this. And for this one, the same thing as well. Just uncheck this. This is for chatbots, and just remove this cell. And finally, I don't need total calls, so I'll just remove this one, this, and this. Okay, so I have the four of them here. So that's that. Okay, so now let's wait for the percentages, because our dashboard has percentages and all of that. So let's do that quickly. So I'll just right click on this and just add measure. So this, I'll call it percentage TC, call the call center. Okay, so this time I want to use the divide function. So anytime you want to divide, it's better to use the divide function. You can easily also do the total calls here. You can easily do, because here I want to do for call center, right? So I'll just say, you can easily say TC call center here divided by the total calls, which makes sense in mathematical sense, makes a mathematical sense. But it's better to use the divide function just in case there's a situation where the denominator is equals to 0, right? So what the divide does is that if you bring in the divide here and you bring in the call center, so call center here, and then you put a comma, and then you put in the denominator, which is the total calls. Then I'll just put my comma. Let me make this bigger. My comma, and then put 0 here and close the bracket. So basically, this is still the same thing as call center divided by total calls, right? But the difference between this and the normal division is that if peradventure we have a point where the denominator is 0, if you use the normal division, it will give you an error, because anything divided by 0 is infinite. So what this divide does is that in the case where we have a denominator where um, where the denominator is 0, instead of giving me an infinity error, show me 0 instead of that. So that's what we use. So I'll just check this box, click this one. I'm using numbers, but this time I'm setting to percentage, because I want to see my values in percentage. I could set it to 1 decimal and just check this box. So I'll copy this, because I'm going to do it for all the channels as well. So once I do that, I can just make a copy. So let me just right click on this. I click add measure. So I'll say percentage TC. So for this one, I would want to do for the chatbot call center. Sorry, the chatbot we've created for call center, right? So I'll just say chatbots here. I'll just place this. Then in place of call center, I would put chatbot there, right? So and then also remove this equals to. So you can see this. Just check this box, number, percentage, check this box and just set it to 1 decimal and you click OK. Right, so let me create for the others as well. Just add measure. So this is TC, this is for email, TC email, and I'll just paste this here, remove this bracket. So for this one, in place of the call center, I'll just put email there, email, okay. So this is what we have. Always check your DAX formula. Okay, so it says this exit. So you can see, so you see why it's very good to always check this box. We already have it. What I'm trying to create is for percentage. So I'll just put my percentage there and I'll just check this box and number, decimal, percentage, and then set this to one decimal place and also check the box. So it's very, very good that you always use that the check DAX formula because it will help you to know, it guides you. So once you do that, just click OK. And so once you're done, we have one more to create. So I just right click, add measure. So this one is a percentage TC. This is for web this time. So I'll just paste my formula, remove this equals to sign here. Let me make this a little bit bigger and remove this. So therefore, this time I want to work with the web. So I'll just double click on this and check that formula. We're good. Number, decimal, percentage, and just check this box here. And I say, don't forget your decimal also. One decimal place and just click OK. All right. So I think we have our 4 channels now. So let's see them in percentage. So let me make a copy of this pivot. Control C after highlighting. Just give a little bit of space. Control V. And I just bring in my percentage call center and then also remove this web here. So you can see the percentage of the call center here. I'll just make a copy of this, just paste it here, paste it here, and paste it here, just 3 more. So for this one, I'll just bring in my chatbot and then remove the call center. And for this one as well, just bring in my email and remove the call center here. Then I'll just come to this one as well, and then finally bring in my web and just uncheck the call center. Okay, all right, so that's for the percentages. Okay, so I think those are the main KPIs that we have. And the next KPIs that we have is the next KPIs that we have are the average call duration. And yes, I think the average call duration, which is the next thing that we want to create. So for the average call duration, or let's do for the average satisfaction score, then we'll do, because call duration is the last one. So to do that, I'll just I think we have a column for duration here, which is in minutes, right? So what I'll just right click on this, add measure. So I'll just call it average call duration. So let me just, yeah, average call duration is okay. Average call DUR. Yeah. So let me just call it AVD because I like to use acronyms a lot because to save space. The average called ACD, right? So for this one, I want to do for the okay. So let's just do for the average call duration. That is the overall duration first. Average call duration. Then this one is just simple basic average DAX that we all know about. Average here, average of the call duration in minutes. So remember, like I said, always work with the one that has, there are two. In Excel, it will come out. In Power BI, it's come out as one, but here it comes out. Here comes with just the column. Then the one that has the data, which is the table name and the column, is what you should work with because in terms of referencing, it's better. So just double click on this and just close your bracket. So always check your DAX formula. You can see this is just the average call duration that we have, and I'll just call these numbers. So this, since we're dealing with average, it'd be good to work with decimal places and just check the box, and I'll just click on OK. Okay, so that's for this, right? Let's do the average call duration for each of the channels as we have already done before. So to do that, I click add measure. So this one I could call it ACD. ACD for, so this one will be for call center, and I'll just say, so this time I'm using a calculator as well. Calculates, and I can just bring in, so interestingly I can bring in, since I already have a DAX for the average call duration, I can just, instead of writing the entire average again, I can just say average call duration, comma, go to the channel, the column that has the channel, and then this is equals to call call center. So I have call center like this, and I close my bracket. So just check for your DAX to make sure it's correct. Okay, so this is what we have here. So the idea is we already have a DAX for the average call duration, right? But this time we only want to see the average call duration for call center. So that's what we want to do. So that's the explanation using the calculate function. So once you're done, just click on numbers, decimal number, one decimal place, and just check the box for thousand separator and just click OK. Okay, oopsie, we didn't make a copy. We need to make a copy to make things faster. So I'll just right click, edit measure. I'll just make a copy of this one quickly, Control C. So now let's create for, this is ACD for call duration, right? For call center. So just create this time, just paste it here. So this time, this will be ACD for chatbots. All right, so all I need to do, just change this here to chatbots. Chatbot, there's no hyphen, right? Okay, so I'll just check this box and numbers, decimal place, one decimal, and just click OK. Check this box and click OK. So that's for the chatbot. So let's do for email. I'll just right click, add measure. This will be ACD email, and I'll just paste this. So I'll just change this call center here. Just change it to email, and just check this. And I'll just click on numbers, one decimal, and just check this box here, and I click OK. And then finally, let's do for web. Right click, add measure. So this will be ACD for ACD brackets web. Right, so just put it here and just paste this. So for this one, I'll just change it to web. Just change it to web. Then remove this equals to, check this box, number, decimal, one decimal place, check this box, and okay. So I have for the average call duration across all of them. Okay, so I think we're good. Then the next is the satisfaction score. So let's bring in for the satisfaction score. It's basically the same thing. So we'll just right click on this, add measure. So I'll just call it average AVG customer CSAT score. That is customer satisfaction score. So I'll just do the normal average that we all know. Average and satisfaction. This one here, data CSAT score. And I'll just close these brackets. And just check this box, number, decimal, one decimal place, and I just check the box here. Okay, so let me just bring out the pivot so we can see what I've done so far. So I'll just make a copy of this one. Control C, paste here, and then paste here. Space your pivots so that if you don't space them, sometimes when you start interacting with your dashboard, they might cluster in themselves and start giving error. Okay, so we have so now let's set for this one. So this one here, we just bring just bring in the average is, or no, let me not check, because so if you uncheck, you'd see it give you an error because the space. So it's better to bring in your pivot first. So this is ACD for chatbots, and then I'll just uncheck this web. I'll do the same thing for this one as well. Bring in ACD for email, and then remove this one here, and then this one ACD for web, and then remove this one here. Okay, correct. Okay, so we have center chatbot email. Those are the average call duration. Okay, so and then to bring it for this. So let's create for the CSAT score for all the channels. So if you check, everything we're doing is with respect to each of the channels. So whatever DAX we're creating for all the channels. Right. So let's do add measure. So in this case, I'll just say average, or let's just say average ACS, which is the average satisfaction score, customer satisfaction score. Okay, so this one I would call it. So this one I want to do for the call center, right? Okay, so the same thing. I'll use the calculate function here. So calculate the average CSAT score, which is this one. Put a comma, just put a comma, but filter it. Go to the column for channel and filter that to show. Let it just calculate the average for just the call center, call center, call center. Okay, I need to put in quotation here. Call call center. Okay, so just rename this carefully. Call center. So once I'm done, I'll just close this bracket. Always check your DAX formula to be sure. And then I click on numbers, decimal place, one decimal place, and just check this box for 1,000 separator. I just click on this. Okay, so let me just make a copy of that quickly. Right click, edit measure, and just Control C. So now I'll create for the other ones as well. So just right click on this, add measure. So I'll just paste it here. So this one will be ACS4. This is supposed to be for chatbots. Okay, then I'll just rename this one to chatbots here. Chatbots. So you have to be sure, make sure you get the spelling correctly. If not, it won't work. So check your DAX number, one decimal place, and then check this box and then say okay. So that's for chatbot. So let's do for email now. Right click, add measure. This will be ACS for email. Just close this, remove all of this, just paste it. So this will be for email. Email. Okay, email. Just check this box. Good number, one decimal place. Check this box and say okay. And then finally for web, just right click. So this will be ACS for web. And then just paste this here. And then I'll just remove this. Just call it web. Always check the DAX number one. Check this box and just say okay. Right, so let me make a screenshot for this. Okay, so just Ctrl C, paste this here, and just bring in my ACS for call center and check this guy. Just make a copy again, paste it here, click here again, paste it here, and also click here and paste it here. So we have the call center, ACS call center. Let's bring in ACS for, and then I'll check this, and then ACS for email, and then also uncheck this one, and then we have ACS for web. Just click on this, it's for web, and then uncheck this one here. Okay, so this is what we have here. Okay, so we have for the ACS and all of that. So now finally, the next thing that we want to do is to create a DAX for the average call duration. Now this call duration here, where is it? ACD. Okay, so now all these ones, all these guys, they are all in whole decimal. This is average call duration in minutes, right? But it's not 24. This is not 24 minutes 2 seconds. No, so you have to. So there's a way we can format this to show 24 how many minutes and how many seconds. We'll get to do that later. But for now, let's move this. Let's start building our visuals. So now the next thing I want to do here is to set my wireframe. As you all know, a wireframe is more like the containers where the structure for your dashboard that houses the containers, which houses the visuals that you put in. So a lot of persons you can build your wireframe in using different tools. You can build directly in Excel here. You can use PowerPoint. Or persons use Figma and all that. But in this case, we'll be using PowerPoint to build So I'll just share my PowerPoint screen now to do that. So let me just share my PowerPoint screen. Okay, so this is what the wireframe looks like. So you can see it here. This is PowerPoint here. So once you launch your PowerPoint, you can easily create this. Now the first thing that I want to do is to bring in my background. See this background here? Just to bring it out first to the so you can, depending on your background, you can use a plain background, you can use anything, you can go online, use maybe ChatGPT or ideogram to create. There are different tools that can help you get you know background for your dashboard or your wireframe, right? So that's what I want to do now. So what I'll just do, let me just create a new, let me create a new slides. Okay, so I'll just delete everything that's here. Just Control A, delete everything. I just want a plain background here. Okay, so now the next thing I'll just import the background. So I'll just come to pictures, this device. Okay, desktop. Mine is in visualization challenge. Come to items. Okay, so this is the background, the canvas background, canvas background here. I hope my screen is being shared. Okay, let me confirm. Sorry. Okay, hope my screen is being shared. Can I proceed? Okay. Madam Siska, please confirm I am if my screen is visible. I just need to be sure. Okay, so I think it's up now. Okay, so it's the network. Okay, so now let's so what I want to do, like I said, is to bring out my canvas background. So let me do that again. So what you do, just open a new PowerPoint slide. So what I want to do, like I said, I want to create this wireframe here that houses the the charts and all. I said you can use different tools. A lot of persons use other tools and all of that, but you can use PowerPoint, Figma, and all of that. Okay. Okay. So just a minute. Let me share my entire screen. Let's see if that would help. Okay. So I think I'm sharing my entire screen has been shared now.
Rume, can you hear me? Your screen is up.
Right.
Can you
So
hear me?
yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, your screen is up.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let's proceed. So this is the wireframe we're trying to build here. So the idea is you can get to now. So person might ask, okay, how do I? For me personally, I like to get ideas from other, dashboards that people have created. You can just go online, you can check. Thank God we have a lot. There are lots of persons who have come into EDTS. We have the likes of Mr. Freedom, Mr. Daniel, Mr. James, a lot of persons, right? So you can look at their designs. You can also check Pinterest. You can check Dribble. There are lots of websites where you can get as well designs, right? So that can also help. So in this case, this would be using PowerPoint to create this particular design. So I just create a new page, and so this time I want to import the image. So I'll just come click on insert pictures, and then this device, and this is the background I want to use here. And I'll click on insert. Okay, so once I click on insert, you can see this is what we have here. This is the design background. And the next thing I want to bring in some, some shapes. So I'll just click on insert. Now what I want to do also is to colors, right? I want to set the colors for our design. So the colors, I'll just come to, so if I click here and just come to my menu and select page layout, view. Okay, I'll click on view. Okay, sorry, design. Come to design rather. So once I click on design and I click on variants here. So under variants, you get to see colors. So once you click on colors here, you can just customize the color. So these are the colors that we have here. All right, click on this and I just click on edit. Right. So most of the time, common practice, I like to leave these two colors here because this is black and white. Those are like neutral colors. So I just come from here, click on this one, more colors. So the first color I have here is hashtag 112322A. Because of time, we won't take all the colors, but I'll just show us the different color codes that we use for this design. So as I click this, I just click OK. Then I come to the fourth color, which is this ox blood, and then I click on more colors. Here, the color here is hashtag 993D32, right? So I'll just do that. And for the fifth one, I'll just scroll down, more colors. So this is hashtag 2E6F85. So that's the color code for that one. And then also bring the, I think I use like 8 colors for this particular design. So I just click on more colors. This is hashtag E5B89E. And then finally, we have one here, more colors. I have hashtag DAE9E7. So once I'm done, I'll just click OK. And I can also rename the colors here, call center colors, as you can see here. And I click save. So now let's bring in our shapes. So I just click on insert. And first of all, just select inside this shape and insert shapes. So I'll bring in a rectangle, then I'll just set it up here like this. For this one, I'll just right click, set the fill. So the fill I want to use is this one here. So I'll just click on it, and then the outline, I'll remove the outline, just click on no outline. So I have this color here. So that's the first, you can see it here. That's it here as well. Then I'll just do Control D, duplicate it. So now the beautiful about design wireframes with PowerPoint is that PowerPoint has this, like Power BI, it has these guiding lines that can help you align your charts properly. So I just make this here, Control D. So I can easily just act as a guide. Control D and Control D again. Okay, so these are the charts. So I can just move this in, just align it carefully here like this. Then also just move this in here. And I can also multi-select them. So I'll just select one, hold down my control key, select the others like this. And I come to my menu bar, click on shape format, align, and distribute horizontally so that they are equally spaced. So as I click distribute horizontally, you can see we have that equal space in there. So I can just multi-select them as well, and then just stretch it down a bit like this, so we can have space for our title and every other thing that we need to do. So that's the design that we have. So now the next thing that I want to do is to I'll bring in the lines. Like if you check the original one, there are like some guiding lines here, 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 and here. So I'm bringing that line. So all I want to do, I'll just click on inserts, inserts, come to shapes, and I click on this line here, line. So I'll just stretch it up like this. So just make sure it's straight and release. So I'll just Control D, make a copy of it. Control D and Control D. What I can do, I can centralize it. So I click on this one and this shape here, select them, and then just come to align, distribute to the center. Okay. So I do the same thing for this one. Click on this one, click on this one, and distribute to the center. So another very quick thing I can do is the idea is if I design for one, I can design for the others. So instead of even doing this one by one, I'll just design for all of this. So I'll just do Control D and bring this one down here like this. Control D and Control D. Okay, so I have this one, I have this and this. Just make it, just make it spaced, equally spaced, and then I also do for this as well. Okay, so what I can do, I can just click on this, hold down my control key, select this one, still holding down the control key, select this, this, and this. And so I just come to my shape format here, just group them, just group it, right? So I can, let me just delete these guys here, delete these ones, just delete them like this. Okay, so I have this, I'll just make a copy of this, Control D, move it this way, Control D, right? So we have that, so I just move it inside a bit and just multi-select, select this one, hold down my control, select this, select this, select this, and select this. And I come to my shape format, align and distribute horizontally. Okay, so I have these lines here. Okay, so that's that. Then after doing that, the next thing that I will want to bring in here is our title here. Okay, so I'll just bring in a title here. I'll just say insert shapes. This time I want to bring in a text box, which is this guy here. So I just paste it somewhere around here like this, and just try to call center performance performance dashboard. Okay, so I have this here. So once I do that, I'll just change the font size or the font style. Most designs, most UI UX design, they use a Segway. Segway is the font that was specifically designed for you for UI UX, but you can use any other one as well. So in this case, I'll just use Segway. So I'll just scroll down to Segway. Where's Segway? Segway UI. Okay, let me use Segway UI semi bold. And then for the font color, I'll just click on this, use this one here, and just make it bold. Okay, so this is what we have, call center. So I can just carefully mouse over this line to move it so it's spaced there. Okay, so that's the title of our chart. So now what's left for us here is to bring in the icons. Okay, so let's bring in some icons. Oh, we didn't bring in that line. So I can just make a copy of this line, Control D, and just move it here. Okay, so I just align it. So we click on this. Okay, so we have that there. Okay, so now the next thing that I would want to do is to bring in the icons. So there are different sites where you can get icons, but one of my favorite sites is a flat icons. There you can get some really nice icons there. So so for the icons we are using insert. So I need to click inside here, insert, and then shapes. Sorry, pictures. So come to pictures. This device. And so still in my items, you can get this here. So I'll click on this one, call center, click on insert. I'm bringing all the So this is for call center. This is for chatbots. This is for where's email? Okay, we have email here, and then web. Where is web? Mr. Web, where are you? Web. There's no web here. Okay, so let me just insert this first. Okay, so these are our designs. So you can just select them one by one. This is for, okay, so I can just reduce the size. Okay, so just move it to this side. So once everything I can do, I'll just click on this one and get the dimension. This is 0.55, 0.55. Right, so I'll just click on this one here and just set it the same thing. This is 0.55. Right, so once I do that, you can see it's set there. So I can just move it. So you have that guiding line to help you with arranging it. Okay, and next one, this one here. Okay, let me get for web. So this is inserts. Come to pictures. This device. So let me get the web items. Where is our web? Our web is not here. Okay, let me bring in email. So I have so for email. Okay, so use one for email here. I use the wrong one. Okay, just a minute. Let me get the email. Hello.
Yeah, your screen is off.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's get some icons. So we have flat icons. So this is one of the sites I like to use to get icons. So there are lots of them. There's icons 8, there's a free pick, and so many other ones. But I prefer, so I can just come and just search for web, web. Okay, so let me use this one. Oh, please be nice to me. Okay, let me search for web again. Web. Okay, so let's say, okay, so as I click on it, my colors here. So the color I want, coming back to my PowerPoint, I want this color here. So if I come to my layouts here and I click on design variants. So the colors, let me just get the color that I want to use. Right click edit. So for this one, I want to use this color here, accent one. So let me get the color, more colors. So this is the color code here. Let me just copy it somewhere. Let's see. Okay, so copy this here. So I'm basically using two colors, this blue and this brown here. So let me get more colors. Let me see the color. I just copy it here. Then, okay, so for the web, I want to my flat icons here. Just click on edit icon here. I can click on this color palette here to set the color code. network. Okay, I think the network is slowing things down. What is for the network? Let me switch my network. Let's see. Okay, so it's up. So I just click on edit. Once I click on edit, I come to this color palette here. So I can set the color. Just paste it so you can see the color code. We have this. I'll just download PNG highest quality 512 free download. So once I do that, it gets downloaded to my PC. Okay. Okay, so it's downloaded. So I come back to my Power BI, my PowerPoint, and I click on Home Inserts, Pictures, this device. This is I just downloaded it. I just go to Downloads, and okay, so you can see this is what we have here. So just make this. Okay, remember we have a dimension we're using. Okay, so just bring this one here. So let's set the dimension. This is 0.43. So I can set this one. Let's make it smaller. So this will be 0.43. Okay, then come to this one as well, 0.43. Okay, right, so now let's bring in 4. So this is for web. Okay, this is meant to be web. Web comes before email. Okay, so let's just put web here instead. Okay, then email. Email. So click on inserts, pictures, this device. So I think launch icon items, then email. Click inserts. So this is 0.43. 0.43. Enter. Then just move it this way. Okay. Okay, so it's good to go. Alright, so now the next thing that we want to do is to, so looking at the design, we also have some um, icons here, so we can just bring that in as well. So click on insert pictures, this device. So for this one, I want to bring in the cell. Let's see. Okay, this is the dark one. I want to bring in the home here, and I want to bring in my LinkedIn as well. I think this LinkedIn might be too bright, so I might bring in another one. Okay, let me just see.
Hello, Rume.
Okay, so yes,
Please,
ma'am.
can you increase your voice? Can't really hear you very well.
Okay. Oh, so sorry. Sorry. All right. Hope it's better now. Okay. So let's proceed. Okay. Okay. So we have the fonts here. Okay. This one is not. It's blending, so we'll just get rid of it. We'll bring it in later. So this is for the home tab. Right. So I'll just I'll make this 0.43 as well. 0.43. Okay, so I'll bring it here. Okay, this is also, so let's get new charts for that. This is another one here. Just call it 0 for the table view. Picture format 0.43. 0.43. Okay, so I have it here like this. Okay, they also have our logo as well. Insert pictures, this device, visualization. Okay, this is our logo here. So I can just bring it in here like this. Okay, so that's that. And okay, so now let's get some extra logos quickly. So coming back to flat icons, what I want is LinkedIn, LinkedIn logo. Okay, so these are LinkedIn logo. I'll just get the color code here. I want to use the dark color code, so I'll just make a copy of it, just edit icon. Okay, so once I click on edit icon, this color palette here. Let me see if I can. Okay, so we just paste the color. So this is the color we have. We'll download PNG 512, the highest resolution, free downloads. So once I do that, just to download. Okay, so it's downloaded. And finally, the next one I want to bring in is for the, so just Excel. So I want an Excel look quickly. Okay, so I want to use this one here. So edit icon. So edit icon. So I'll just click on this color palette here and just paste this. Download PNG 512 free downloads. So I'll just come to my PowerPoint and then just click on insert. Okay, to select within the slide first, then click on insert pictures, this device. So I go to my downloads, so I can see the Excel and also the LinkedIn as well. I just copy them. Okay, so this is what I have. So let me get them one by one. So the 0.43. Okay, so I'll just bring it here like this. Then this one as well, just 0.43. 0.43. Okay, I can just bring this down here like this. Okay, so that's what we have. Okay, so this is our wireframe. Okay, in that theme. Okay, so we need to, so after doing this, all we need to do is now click inside, just Control A to select everything, and then come to your shape formats and then group. So grouping will just like take them as one item. So let's click on group here, just group them. So you can see you can move everything around. So you can just make a copy of this and then come to your Excel. So this is our Excel. So I'll create a new sheet. In this new sheet, I'll just rename it to dashboard. Dashboard. Okay, first things first. I'll just Control V this, Control V. Okay, Control V. Okay, so let me zoom out. So not to worry about the colors. The reason why the colors changed was because we've not. Okay, so all we need to do is just set the colors. So to do that, let me just adjust my zoom a bit. Okay, so now let's set the colors. If I come to page layouts and go to colors here, you can see our call center colors here. So as I click on it, you can see the colors are back. So this is our design here. Okay, so now let's start bringing in our visual. So this is the models that we have here. So now the first visual that I want to create is the main KPI, which is the total calls per the channels. So let's do that quickly. So I'll come to um, so what I like to do, I like to remove the value. So this is A4. Just click enter. This is A22. Sorry, A9 rather. A9, and this is equals to A14. This is equals to A20. Click enter. This is equals to A27, and this is equals to A35. Like I said, it's usually safer to bring it out because sometimes the values being in the pivots sometimes might not be so when you start interacting with your dashboard. So we have this is A53 and all of that. Okay, so let's bring in. So just come to my dashboard here, and I'll just click on. So let me get rid of the grid lines. Just come to view and check the grids. So let me check the formula bar then and check the headings. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, okay. So now I just come to my formula bar here. Let me insert. So let me first of all insert a shapes text box. So the text box will be somewhere around here, right? So I can just make duplicates of the Control D. Let's put it here like this. Or let me finish editing this one first. So we have this is equals to. So I come to my formula bar, put equals to, come to my models and just select this one. Total calls for call center here. And I click enter. So the moment I click enter, you can see the value there as well. So I can right click on this circle and say fill, no fill. I click on circle again and then outline, no outline. And the font size, to my menu bar, click on home. The font size, first of all, make it bold. Then the font style, I'm using my Segway semi-bold and also make it bold as well. And I'll increase the font size. Let's say it's okay. Let's do 20. And then the font color, I'm using font color. I'm using this one here. Okay. So then I can also align it to the left. Just align this here to the left. Okay, so we have this here like this. Okay, so I can just let me just make a copy of this. So I just click on the circle, Control D, bring it this way. Then let me also click on this one, adjust it a bit. So I click on this one and also click on this one. So I can just make a copy of this select this one, Ctrl D, bring it this way, Ctrl D again. So I can just select all of them, 1, 2, 3. I come to my shape formats aligned to the bottom. Okay, so they are all on the same line. And I can also move this a bit this way, and then also move this one this way as well. So there are several ways to ensure consistency, things like this. Okay, so this is for call center, right? So let's look at our design. So for our design here, we have total calls for call center. Okay, so let's do that. So let's bring in another text box. So I can just call this Control D. Just put it here. So I'm going to fine tune this a bit so we can have call center there. So just say call. Sorry. So call center. Okay. So I click on this circle here. So I reduce the font size to, let's say, 12. Okay, so we have it there like that. This is call center. Okay, so we have that there. So, okay, so I'll just make a copy of this. Ctrl D. So this is a chatbot. For this one, I'll just Ctrl D again, and then Ctrl D. So this would be web. Then this would be email. Just reduce the size here. Same with this one. Same with this one as well. Okay. Okay, so now let's set the colors. So this one would use, just select it, come to your home. The font's color, we're using this brown. Right, so I have it there. So what I can do, I can just come to this format painter here and just click on this one so you can see the colors are consistent. So do the same for this. I'll come to my format painter again, click on it twice, 1, 2, set for this, set for this one as well. Just press escape on my keyboard and then set the size. So the size here is 20. So I'll ensure the same size here. This one should be 20 as well. I just set it to click enter, then click on format painter here and also set as well. Okay, so that's what we have. Then let's let's align this properly. Okay, so I'll just click on these ones here. I want to select shape formats align to the bottom, so they are all on the same. I can also just move this one gently side. Same. Let me also align the icons as well. Click on this icon, click on this icon, click on this icon, this one. Come to menu, picture formats, align to the bottom. Okay, so we have that there. All right, so I click on this email, just move it in a bit. Okay, so this is what we have. So now let's say, so this is for call center. Let's bring in for chatbot. So I'll click on this one, come to my formula bar, move everything there, bring in an equals to, come to models. So this is for chatbot here. So I just click this, I click enter. So I have it there. I'll do the same thing for web as well. Just come here, remove everything except the equals to, come to your models. This is for web, click on web, click enter. Okay, the same thing with this is for email. Just click here, remove everything that is here, come to models and select email. Okay, so I have that. So all I need to do, just click on format painter for this one. double click on it, just set this one here. We have 17. And then for this one, just click here. And so for this one, I want to set the brown. And then the font size should be, is it 20? Okay, so we use 20. And then the font we use a Segway semi-bold. Okay, so I can just come format painter here and then click on this one as well. Okay, so I just press escape key on my keyboard to see what I've done. Okay, so this is what we have there. So now the next thing that we need to bring in is the percentages. So the percentages are also there. So now let's do that quickly. So what I'll do, I can just make a copy of this one, Control D, Control D, and just remove all of this. Come to my models, and so I just select call center. I click enter. Okay, so if I stretch it a bit, just bring it down here, and then just move it in a bit. Okay, so I have that. So I also set it to our color here, the blue. Okay, so we have that there. So I'll just make a copy of it, Control D. Let's move it this way, Control D, and then Control D. So I align all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I click on shape formats, align to the bottom. Okay, so we have that. So now let's bring this is for chatbot. Let's bring in the percentage for chatbot. Select the chatbot, remove, come to your formula bar, remove everything except the equal to sign. You come to models. So this percentage for chatbot, right? So just click on it and say enter. And then just set my color. The font color I'm using is the brown. Okay, so that's it there. So I can just come to formats, painter. Okay, so let's set for web. Come to web, come here, move this, except the equals to, and then percent for web, just click enter. That's that. Do the same thing for email. Come here, remove all of this, percentage for email, and I just click enter. Okay, so I can just come here to this one here. Since it's already edited, I'll just click on format and just edit it for this one. And then I'll come to this one here, just click on format, painter, and I'll just click on it as well. Okay, so once I'm done, I'll just click on this, multi-select them, and just shape format align to the bottom. Okay, so we're good to go. So that's for the KPIs there. So now the next thing that we want to bring out is this is a line chart here. This is a line chart. So let's bring in this line chart. This is the total calls by the dates. Right. So let's do that quickly. So what we'll do, so models, coming to our models, I'll just make a copy of the total calls, any of them. So just Control A to highlight everything, Control C. So I'll just scroll down here, Control V. So this is for total call center. So now I'll just bring in the dates. I have a column for date, which is the cost at timestamp. So this is it here. So I'll just turn off the ground total so that it doesn't show in our charts. Right click, remove grand total. Then I can also extract the values. So this is equals to A116. And I just stretch it, come to this tiny box, stretch it this way, then also stretch it this way. Okay, so just say equals to, if you get this kind of error, you can just say equals to B116. Okay, this is edited as a dates. So I just right click on it, highlight, right click, format cells. Let it just be whole numbers, number, no decimal. And just say okay. All right, so this is what we have. So I can just stretch this out to see my dates. So if I highlight this and I come to, so let's see what it looks like first. Insert line charts. Let's see. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Interestingly, all things being equal, this is what I'm supposed to use. But for my design, to just bring in that, to give it this kind of feel, I think I use the average call duration or so. So instead of bringing in total, tech professional is supposed to use the total call, but for this to achieve the same design because of the line, the shape of the line, we could just use the. So let's use instead of the call center here, we could use the average duration instead for call center. So let's see average duration call center ACD call center, and then remove this one here. Okay, so once I do that, I can see.
Just to confirm, you'd like to call resource center using
I can see.
mobile. Okay, I won't do it. To who?
Okay, so this is what we have. So I'll just remove all of this. Right, remove all of this. Remove this line as well. Okay, so this is the now to bring in those. If you check the design we have, want to highlight the lowest and the highest points and the lowest point. So there's a function for that. So what I can say is I can say this is equals to if the max, if the highest here, if the max of this, if the max of all of this, I just close the brackets. It's if it's equals to this value here, and I put a comma, give me this value, and put another comma, and I say I just put NA and then close the brackets. So basically what I'm saying is that I want the value that should be in this cell. If I click enter, okay, so this is supposed to be as N is not supposed to be in quotation, right? So let's see. Okay. All right. So this is what it means. So the idea for this particular um, function is basically saying that if the value here is greater than the highest value here, if the value is the highest value, what's the highest? I think 43, I guess. So if the value, since the value is not 43, it should give me NA. But if it's the highest value, it should give me the highest value. So once I do that, I also want to make sure I log this in. So to log this in, just press F4 on your keyboard to lock it, and then also this one to F4 to lock this part here. So I'll just click enter. Once I do that, I'll just drag this down here like this. Okay, so you can see the highest value. So we'll do the same thing for the mean. So I'll just make a copy of this, Control C, right? And then I'll just come to this other part here and just Control V. But this time, instead of using max, I'm going to use mean. So I'll just say mean. Okay, so this is mean. So this is the reverse. Okay, so I'll just click enter. So I'll just highlight all of this. Okay, so you can see. So the idea is we just want to see the highest value here in this chart. So let's recreate the chart here. So I just highlight all of this, click on insert. So I bring in a line chart. This is a line chart here. Okay, so just a minute. Insert. Okay. Do I have? Okay, yes. Okay, so that's the idea. So what you once you've brought out this one, just to stretch it this way, like this. Okay. So if you stretch it, you can see you have a funny looking chart here like this. Not to worry. Just to what we need to do is to if I click on this, and just press delete. And this one as well. So just right click and say click on the line and say outline, no outline. And then the same for this one as well. right click on it, say outline, no, let's edit the chart to bring in those values. Once I right click on it and I say format chart area, so I'll come to chart options and just change this to size. So chart options. So I come to series 2. Series 2 is the highest value here. So I come to this one here, the series options, and shadow, sorry, fill. Okay, so once I come to the fill here, right click on solid line. So let's smoothen the line first. Let's see. Okay, marker. So I come to marker here, marker, and I click on open the marker options. So I select built-in for the markers. You can see we have the markers there. And then I come to the line and I say no line. Okay. Then you can just delete this ones here. So marker options. So for the type, I change it to a circle. Select built-in and then change it to a circle. This is a circle here.
Okay, so while we wait for Remy to come back, let me quickly, remind you what we do here at EDTS, because I actually want everyone to be a part of what we're doing, right? I've firsthand seen how our training and our internship have changed people's career journeys. I first have seen how it have changed people's skill level. I first had seen how people get roles after being a part of our training and internship. So yes, I'm always going to come and tell you about it. So if you're still wondering, if you're still contemplating, oh, is it going to be the best thing for me? Do I really want to be a part of this? Well, everybody deep within them knows where their skill level is, and you know the type of upgrade that you want, right? So I'm just going to be here to commend you and tell you to take that skill, take that training, take that class, take that internship program, take that free class, take that paid class, take that mentorship opportunity and boost your skill, right? Boost your skill, because when you have your skills tightened up, all you just need to do is to tighten up on your job applications, and before you know it, you've landed your role, you've landed your dream job. So yes, and for everyone who is replicating these projects, recreating them, posting them, we see you all, and you guys, you're doing the best thing that you can for your skill set. Yes, you're doing the best thing that you can for yourself, because let's face it, nobody knows it all, and we're all on the learning track, right? Because in tech, you're going to keep learning. You're going to keep learning. You're always going to keep learning. So that's why we always bring our monthly workshop, where we call amazing people to come and show us how they've created their amazing dashboard, so that we can all learn together, we can all thrive together and boost our skills together. So let me quickly check on Rume, and I'll be right back. Okay, so unfortunately, he's having some network problems, but he is trying to join us back. So while he's trying to join us back, um, let me just quickly put it out there. We're open to partnerships, collaborations, and sponsorship, right? So if you're someone who has access to job roles, if you're someone who has a recruiter who is looking for data analysts to recruit, yes please, we have a community filled with talented data analysts who will give you their best. So please reach out to us on our email, or you can chat us up, and of course quickly um we'll quickly recommend some people to you. Welcome back, Rume.
Okay, thank you so much. Apologies for the break in transmission, everyone. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, just a minute. So for the value here, okay, so this was where we started. We're trying to bring in the highlighters here. So this NA is supposed to make it like this. So just bring a bracket there and just click enter. Okay, so let me recreate this part again. Okay, so what you do once you have this, so just come here, this is equals to if the maximum value here from here to here, with the maximum value, then just press F4 to lock it in. If it's equals to this particular value here, then comma, then let it be that same value, or if it's not the maximum value, just say NA, which is this, and then you just put two brackets there to just say let keep it empty. So it basically, if it's the maximum value, show me the maximum value. If it's not the maximum value, just keep it empty. So once I like click enter, and I have that there. Okay, so this is what we have. So I'll just drag this down like this. Let's see. Sorry about this spilling. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so we have this. So this is equals to if max the max of this down here, and then you put your F4. If it's equals to this value, comma, give me this value, else give me NA, which is not applicable, and then just put this brackets like this, close the brackets, and then close this one as well. So if this is equals to this, just if the max of this is equals to this, then this. Okay, so just click enter. I have that there, so I'll just drag it down. Okay, so as you can see, we have it here like this, and then we'll do the same thing for this one. So I'll just make a copy of this function here, just bring it this way, just paste it here, Control V. But this time, I'll just change this max to min, MIN, press my tab key, and I just click enter. Okay, so I have that, so I'll just stretch it down like this. Okay, so that is what we have. So let me just recreate this chart again. So I'll just highlight all of this and click on insert, come to my line charts and I create it. Let's see. Okay, so let me remove this one, move this, this, and this. So if I stretch it this way, okay, so let's see, something's wrong somewhere. Let's see, this is meant to be, okay. So apologies, let me just take this again. So this is equals to, if the max of this and this to this, then you lock it down, F4 to lock it down. If it's equals to this guy here, so the max of this, so you close the brackets first of all, and then if it's equals to this, then show me this value, else NA, close the brackets, and then close the bracket again, and just commit it. So if you stretch it down like this, so this is the max here. Okay, good. So we'll just make a copy of this one here, Control C, and then just come here, Control V. So this time, instead of using the max here, what we'll do, we'll just move this to min, just set it to min, okay? And we'll just say, okay, and then we'll stretch it down as well. Let's see what we have. Okay, so I think we're good to go now. So at this point, I think I can create my charts now. Just highlight all of this, inserts, line charts, and this. Okay, still giving that it's not visible. Why is it not visible? Okay, so let's bring in the markers first. Let's see what we have. So if I right click, remove this, and I click on this, and then just say format chart area. So I'll move it this way. So I'll just change this to series 2. So series 2 is the come to marker options, built-in one, and then I'll set it to the circle. Okay, so you can see it here. We have the highest value. This is the circle for the highest value here. Okay, so if I click on series 3, for example, and I come to fill, I select marker options, built-in, and then the type, send it to my circle, and the color. So for this one, we're just using bright green. Could use this green here. Okay, this is the lowest value, so let's use a bright red. Bright for the fill. Okay, for the fill, solid fill. Come here, change the color to bright red. Okay, so you can see we have two low values here. So I click on this, can also set this one color here, solid. So this is for the marker, solid fill. And then the color, I'll make it, let's use a bright green. And then also for the line, we'll say no line. Let's do the same thing for this one. Come here, say no line. This one too, no line. Okay. All right, so we have this. So let's increase the size of the circle. So if I click on this one, come to marker options, can increase the size. Okay, I think 7 is good. We'll do the same thing for this one as well. Increase the size to 7. Same. Okay, so both of them are good. And then this line, you can make the line thinner. So just click on fill. So the width, could reduce the width of the line to be very thin. You can also make it smooth. And then the line color, we're using we're using this blue here, which is good. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So I can just remove this. I don't need this chart title, so I just delete this chart title. I click on this one here, this background, remove the fill as well, and then the outline as well. I click on the outline and say outline, no outline. Okay, so that's what we have here. Okay, so I'll just make a copy, Control X. Let's go to our dashboard. You can close this for now, just paste it here. Okay, so we have it like this. So I can just bring it this way. Okay, so you can see what we have there. So that's the design there. So is all that. Okay, so now let's do for the next one, which is the chatbot. So we'll do the same thing. Just come here, Control A of this, paste it here. So this time, this is for ACD call center. So let me bring it for chatbot. So right click, show field list to bring up our pivot fields. So in this case, I'll bring in the call center, chatbot rather, and then remove the call center here. Okay, so this is for call center. So I'll just extract the values is equals to A144, and we'll just drag this down here like this, and also drag this one this way, highlight it to change it to whole numbers. Right click, format cells, and change it to numbers, 0 decimal place, click OK, and just say OK. All right, so we have that there. So we can now bring in our formula. So we'll just say this is equals to if the max of this cell here down to here, F4, and then close the bracket if it's equals to this value here, comma, and give me this value, comma, if it's not, you just put NA, and then close the bracket twice. Okay, so once you do that, just commit, and then just stretch this down here. Okay, so you can see that. So all we need to do now is just copy this guy here, Control C, just come to this other cell, Control V, but this time we use min. So I just remove the max here and just change it to min, and just click enter, and I just drag it down as well. Okay, so this is what we have. So I just highlight all of this, just come to insert align charts like this. So remove all of these guys here, remove everything, every single thing here like this, remove the lines. We don't need the title either. Okay, so now let's so on that thing again, you want to be careful when working with Excel charts. You want to be careful when you can see this guy is moving inside. So to avoid that movement, make sure that you click just close to the line, because if you click inside, it's a second selection. You don't want to touch the inner selection. You want to touch the one that is here in between to avoid that movement of the chart inside. So just click on it to unselect the inner one. Right, so this is, so I'll just right click, scroll down to format chart area. So as I click on the line here, I can come to series options and just set, so series 2 and series 1, series 2 and 3 our maximum and minimum. So the maximum is series 2. So just click on it, come to marker options, I select built-in type, it's the circular one, and then the size is 7, and then the fill, we'll select solid fill. The color can use our green as usual, and then the border will say no border. Right, so we'll do the same thing. Come to series options, series 3, then you say solid fill. The marker options is built in. The type is circle. We'll make it 7, right? And so the fill here we'll make it red, right? And then the border will say no line. Okay, so and then secondly, scroll down, say series 1. Series 1 is the line itself, so just scroll down and select a smoothed line, and the width we'll just use the width. Sorry, Control Z, so I'll do that. So just this is the line here. So just click on this, come to the line. This is the line, and just check it for smoothed, and then the width we'll reduce it to 1. Okay, so this is what we have. So we have the lowest value and this. So you can just right click on this, fill, say no fill, the outline, no outline. Okay, so we have this. So I can just copy this, Control X, come to my dashboard, just paste it here, Control V. So what I can simply do, I'll just get the size for this one here, and just come to format. So the size is 0.79 and 1.35. So I can do the same thing for this one as well. And just come here, 0.79 and 1.35. Just click enter. Okay, so that's what I have. I can just move it here. So simply I can just align it. So hold on my control, select this one, come to shape formats, align to the bottom. Yeah, so that's what I have. So this is what it looks like. So let's do for web and the others as well. Okay, so just make a copy of this. Control C. So this time I want to work with the web. ACD for web. This is it here. Okay, so just click here, equals to, this is if, oh sorry, not if yet, so A1166. So I just stretch it down like this, then also stretch it this way, highlight all of this, right click on it, format cells, number, 0 decimal place, and check this box, and just click OK. Alright, so let's do our if. This is equals to if the max of all of this, lock it down by pressing F4, close your bracket, equals to this, then this, comma, and put NA, and then you close the brackets, and then close the bracket again. You have that, so just highlight all of this down here. And also you click here, just make a copy of it, Control A, Control C, right? Then just click on this cell here, and just come to your formula bar, paste it here. But this time, move the marks, just put name, tab, and just click enter. So once you do that, just drag it down like this, so you have all of this. Okay, so now we can plot our chart. So occasionally save your work. So you just highlight all of this, and I come to insert shape formats, this guy here. Okay, so just remove all of this, remove this, remove this, remove this as well. Then you just right click on the chart format plot area, and click on the line, series options, series 2, bring in marker options built in. The type is this circle here, make it 7, and we'll say solid fill. So for that one, we make it use our green, and then come to the border, we'll say no border, no line, and then number 3, series 3 rather, built in, change it to our circle, and then this is 7, and the color here, we make it red, and then the border, say no line. Okay, then for the line itself, so series 1, select the line. So for the line, the width will make it 1, and then also make it smooth. Okay, so once you do that, I think we're good to go. So just to move it to our dashboard. Okay, so once you do that, just close this. Now just let's remove the fill. Right click the fill, we'll say no fill. The outline, we'll say no outline. So we'll just do Control X to move it to our dashboard. So just paste it here like this. Okay, so let's get the dimensions. The dimensions for this one is format 0.79, 1.35, right? So do the same thing for this one as well. Format 0.79 and 1.35, 1.35. Just click enter, so you have it there like that. You just use the line, mouse over the line gently, move it just up here, and just multi-select this one, and then come to shape formats and align to the bottom. Okay, so that's that. So like I told you, everything is just a repetitive work for each of the charts, right? So now let's do for the final one, which is the email. Let's do for the email. Okay, so come to models, just make a copy of this one. Control C, come down here. Okay, so just remove this web. So this one is for email, just bring it here. Interesting email is very short, so You just say this is equals to. So by default, you can see compared. Now, one beautiful thing about visualization, as you're visualizing, you might notice a little things about the analysis. You can see in terms of call duration, the points, the days are not much. I mean, so many persons didn't um, call using email or call the center using email. So you can also get quick insights as you're building. So this is 1.8, and just drag it down here and just drag it here, highlight all of this. I click on it, format cells, the number, zero decimal, check the box, and just say okay. All right, so once you highlight all of this like this, click on insert. Okay, hold on, we've not brought in our conditional columns. Okay, so just say this is equals to, use my formula by here. This is if the max of this, and just say F4, and then you close your brackets. If it's equals to the first value here, and put a comma, select the first value again, put a comma, and then say NA. Just double click on the NA and then close the brackets twice. Okay, so once you do that, just click commit and then drag this down like this. So you just make a copy of this one here, Control C, escape, click here, Control V, and then but this time we set it to main tab, and then just click enter, and then just highlight this down here like this. Okay, so we're good. Just highlight everything, come to insert. Let's bring in the line chart, select this line chart here, and just remove this series here, remove this one, just click on it, just to click and press delete on your keyboard. You can just right click also and press delete. Right click on this one also, delete any of them would work. Okay, so let's right click and then format plot area, come to this plot area options and select series 2, and then click on this here. Sorry, the fill icon, marker options, built-in type is the circle, and this is 7, right? And then the color is green, and then the border will say no line. Yes, right. So that's for the first one. Then come to series 3. Series 3, did we increase the size? Let me confirm. Did we increase the size? Okay, yes, we did. So that's 7. Okay, so come back to series 3. So for series 2, you say built-in, the type is circle, and then 7. And the color will make it red like this, and then the line will say no line, right? And then scroll down, come to series option. Series 1 is the line itself, so just scroll down, make it smooth first of all, and then the line itself, make it okay, smooth it, and then the width, just make it 1 like this, and you're good to go. Okay, so now let's make a copy. You can close this and just right click on this. The fill will say no fill, and the outline will say no outline. Okay, so we'll just cut this, come to the dashboard, just paste it here. Let's bring it this way. Okay, so you can select any of them like this. What's the dimension again? Format 0.79, 1.35, right? Okay, so we have this is 0.79, and we have 1.35. Okay, click enter. Okay, so we have it that way. Okay, so once you're done, you can just bring it this way like this. Just hold down the control and select this one, and just shape format align to the bottom. Okay, so this is what we have. So we are done. Imagine how long it took us to build all of this, but the beautiful thing is just it's a repetitive work. It helps you understand how these things work. Okay, so now we're done with that particular first section. Now the next section, let's look at our, these are our reference design here. Okay, next one is the map visual. Okay, so let's bring in the map visual for our design. Okay, so the first thing would say calls by region. So we can just make a copy of this, Control D. So we'll just call it calls by region. Okay, so let me make the size smaller. So just click on this Okay, so remove the bold, and then also let's reduce the font to 10 or 9. Okay, so we have calls by region. Let's come to our models. So now we're looking at the geographical data. So for this, let me make a copy of this pivot first. Control C. Sorry. So come here, Control V. So for this one, we don't need a timestamp. This time we're looking at the states. Yes, the state. We're using state for this one. The state. So state for call center. Total calls by call center. So I'll remove this email here, and then bring in for call center. TC call center. TC call center. Okay, so I have it here like this. Okay, so for this one, I can just extract the values is equals to A201, A201. Like, this is where it's very important, because if your pivot tables, if the values are still in the pivot, you cannot create a map chart. So that's one of the disadvantage of creating your visuals directly from pivot tables. So you can just stretch this one down here, then stretch it this way as well. Okay, so let's see. So come to insert. Okay, so you can see we have this map. So you can leave it like this to show the values. So if you check, this map style is just showing for the areas where there are geographical locations. Right, so let me just remove this series. I don't think I need it. Just delete it. Okay, so this is it here. So you can just click on this one, just delete it. Okay, so I think we're good. Just right click on it to say fill, no fill, no fill. Right click. So just carefully like right click in between the line. Right click, say fill, no fill, and then the outline. I click on it, say outline, no outline. Okay, so this is very pretty straightforward. So just Control X, cut it, come to your dashboard, Control V, and just put it in here like this. Okay, I think there's a way to remove this right up here. I'm here to discover. If anybody knows how to do it, please, Madam Francisca, please help us. This right up that comes here, there's a way to remove it, but I can't remember the way. But but this for the map visual. So now one thing I did on mine. So let me zoom in to show us what I did to make it minimalist. Let me zoom in. Okay, so the map looks like, gets a better feel. Is it possible to make this smaller? No. Okay. So what I did in mine, if you check, if you right click on the map and say format data series, um, for mine, I only projected only the regions with data. You can see what happened was that it's only the regions that have data that is visible. Every other part, those gray part is out. So you can do that. You can do it like that. You can do it like this, or you can just leave it to show all of this. Anyone that is okay with you. But remember, you have to consider the user. The user should be considered first before you do anything that will make is the user that is using this. So you can leave it like this. Okay. So let's get back to what we need. So let's see what we've done. Okay, so another thing we can do is to think this blue here, it's blending, it's almost disappearing, so we can use a darker shade. So just right click on the map and just say format data series, series color, so the minimum color, and use this dark one here. Let me use this one here. Let's see, minimum color. Okay, so I think that's better. Okay, so we have it like this. Okay, so this is for call center, right? Nevada and the rest. Okay, so let's just make a copy of this. Let me zoom out first. Okay, so just make a copy of this. Control D, Control D, D. Okay, so I'll just multi-select them. Select this one as well. And align to the top. Okay, so that's that. Then you can just move this one this way. Select this one also, move it this way as well. Select this one, move it this way as well. Okay, so let's create for the other one. So this is for call center. Let's create for chatbot now. Okay, so just make a copy of this since we already have the locations here. Control V. So for this one, remove call center and then bring TC chatbots. Okay, so I have it that way. Just say equals to A225. Then just stretch it down here like this. And just stretch this one here like this as well. Then I click on insert map charts. Okay, so this is what we have here. Okay, so for this one, so I'll click on this series, delete this, click on this title, delete this. Apologies. Okay, so just right click on this and I say format chart area. And then the maximum value, maybe let's see. Okay, so that's what we have. So I click on it, say outline, right click fill, I say no fill, right click outline no. So this is what we have. So you want to make sure you select only the external one. So just right click, fill, no fill. And you can just say Ctrl X, move it to close this with your dashboard. Just Ctrl V. So we have it like this. So just take the dimensions for this one here. So the dimensions for this one, format 103 to, let's do the same for this one. 1.03. So this is 1.03. And this is 224. Okay, so I'll just click it. All right, so that's what I have. I can just bring it in here. Okay, so I'll just click on this one and then shape format align to the bottom. Okay, so that's that for the calls. So this color, I need to change this color, calls by region color. And then format painter. Also the same for this one as well. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so we have that. So now let's create for the next one, which is the web. So it's basically the same thing, repetitive work here. So Control V. So click on this. This is equals to A246. And so just highlight all of this down here and just drag it this way. Okay, then just come to insert map chart here. So for some of us that don't have the map chart, you can easily activate your map chart. You can activate your map chart if you come to your Power Pivot. So file, if you don't have map, and by the way, your Excel should be at least 2021, I guess, from 2021 and above. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll just create for one tab. then we'll proceed. So you can just check if you come to count, more options, and you click on add-ins, and then you see com add-ins here. If you click on go, you see power map here. So you just click add and then just click OK. You get that. Okay, now let's do for just one. Let's complete one of them, and then the others you can do it, just complete it as your own personal assignment. Okay, so now the next thing that we want to do is to, let's see. Okay, so this is just a simple bar chart that we want to bring out here. So this is for reasons for call. So let's set that. So this is Control D. This is reasons for call. Reasons for call. Okay, so you can just align this to the align it to the left. Shape format align to the left. Okay, so reasons for call. So this one we'll just let me make a copy of this. Control C, scroll down, just paste it somewhere around here. Control V, then reason. So remove the states and then just bring in reason. Okay, so you have it there. So this is for chatbot. Working with a call center. TC calls and call center. TC calls. This is it here. Okay, this is percentage. We don't need percentage. We just want just the call center. So just extract this. This is equals to A269. Okay, so I just drag this one down and drag it down. Drag this down here and drag this one here like this. Okay, then click on insert, bring in a column, sorry, bar chart. This is a bar chart, the other one is a column chart. So remove this one, right click on this guy, delete, right click on this line here, say outline, new outline, and then the chart title, we don't need the chart title, so you can delete it. Right click on the fill, say no fill, and then the outline, we say no outline. Okay, so now what we want to do, that curved effects, I think we already know how to do that. So let's do it together quickly. So to bring in that curve, let's have that curve effect. So just click on insert and then we have shapes. So the shape I want to use is this one that's rectangle top corners rounded. So just bring it in, just highlight it here like this, and then use this circle here to adjust you can see that circle. Once you mouse over that circle, you can use it to adjust the size of the shape. And then secondly, you want to rotate it so that it can be straight like this. Okay, and then right click, you say outline, no outline. Okay, so just click on it, Control C, select this one here, and just say Control V. Okay, so you have it this way, so you can see it as giving it. Yeah, so what you need to do is just to Control X, cut this to your dashboard, and just Control V. You can just bring it here like this. Stretch it down, just to fit into this here. Okay, so another thing you can do, you can stretch this inside here. Okay, so let's the curve is too much, so we can just come to these models here, just reduce it a bit, then Control C, into your dashboard, click on the bar, Control V. Okay, so you can see we have it like that. Okay, so this is for call center. Let's confirm if we're on the same case. So you can also increase the width of the chart. So just right click, say for my data series, the gap width, you can make it 200. We have, okay, so let's do 50 to give it that thickness. Okay, so we have 50 like this. Okay, so that's it. basically for the reasons for call. So you can just adjust it inside. Okay, this is too fat. Okay, so we have this like this. Okay, so the same way you can build for the other. So let's do for the other one as well. So once you're done with that, the next thing that we have is the satisfaction score. Satisfaction score is over 10. So I think we've already brought in a model for the So let's see. We have the satisfaction score, average ACD. Okay, this is the average satisfaction. Okay, so let's do for this. We just bring in for call center. Okay, this is equals to A85. And so I'll come to my dashboard. I'll just make a copy of this text box here. Control D. So we can call it average CSAT score. So average CSAT score. Okay. Okay, so we have it there. I just align to the left. Align to the left. Okay, so we have that average CSAT score. So now you can also just make a copy of this text box again. Control D. This time just put it somewhere here. So this time just come to your formula bar and just come to models. Select this one here. Just click enter. So we have it here. So you can set the fonts. Let's use this font size. So we set the color. So segue semi bold. The color we're using this one, and then come back set the color to this bold. We're using segue semi bold. And then we can set the font size to 15 or for the 15. Right. Okay, so we have it there 5.7. Okay, so let me zoom in for this for more precision. So okay, so let's work with this. So I can make this smaller, just enough. Control D, bring it here. So this one I can just do over 10 here, over 10, and reduce the font size. Let's say to 9. Okay, so is it here? So I just adjust the size, and align it to the left. Align to the left. Okay, you just move it inwards like this. Okay, so that's it there. Okay, so this is it. So it gives that. I can just space this a bit. Sorry. So just move it anywhere over time. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. Okay, so let's see what we've done. Okay, so that's that. Then the next thing that we would want to bring in is the customer sentiment, right? So we're doing the customer sentiment by the satisfaction score. So on this one, so I'll just make a copy. Let me just make a copy of any of these. Yeah, those small ones. Okay, so just make a copy of this and just move down. Okay, so I just paste it here. So this one, I'm looking at the average ACS. Remove this chatbot and then the sentiments, whether it was positive or negative. Positive, negative, neutral, and the rest. Okay, let me confirm which one did I use for this one. Okay, customer sentiments. Okay, so that's it there. Customer sentiments. Customer sentiments, and so let's use this one. I use the TC call center. which is this. Okay, so I think it still works. So turn off the ground total. Always turn off your ground total when you building visuals so that it doesn't pop up from your visuals. Okay, so this is equals to 8278. Then we have just dredge it down like this and just this here. Okay, so just click on insert. So this one I can just right click, sort it from smallest to largest. I click I click on this, sort it from smallest to largest. Okay, so we have it this way. Then you can just delete these lines, delete this chart title. So right click on this line here and say outline, no outline. And then click on this one, delete. Let's copy this one, Control C. Click on this chart, Control V. So we have that effect there. And then we can also bring in data labels at this point. Just check the box for data labels. So we have it there. So just right click, fill, say no fill, and then the outline, say no outline. So just Control X, copy it to our dashboard. Just paste it here like this. And just fit it in here. Okay, so let me reduce the font sizes. So home, let me use let's see what 6 looks like. 6. Okay, good. So we have 6. 6 is perfect. Okay, so I can right click on the bars, format data series. The gap width, make it 50. Okay. Okay, so we have it this way. And then the next one that I want to do is, so I think we're done with this one. So finally, the next one that I want to do is for the call duration. So this is call duration, response time, SLA. So let's do for average call duration. Okay, so for the average call duration, let me just make it copy. Click on this one as well. Shape format align to the left. Yeah, so just call it average call duration. So I can just stretch it out a bit. Okay, so we have it here like this. Okay, so for the call duration, come to models. Just make a copy. Let me just make a copy of this one. Control C. Just paste it here. Control V. I click show field lists. Then remove this. So we're looking at ACD for call center. Remove this TC call center here, and then we'll put in the SLA. Response time is SLA. So remove this reason. Okay. Unlike the others, we just move the response time this way, like this. So it comes out like this. And you can just bring out the values. So this is equals to A292, and then just stretch it this way like this. So turn off the ground total, remove ground total. Okay, so you can also stretch it upwards like this, and then also stretch it upwards like this. Okay. Okay, so we have, so let me just spread out everything. Just double click on this. Okay, so we're good. All right, so now what I want to do, just highlight all of this like this, come to insert, so I'm using a stacked bar chart. So now originally when you bring in the stacked bar chart, it comes up like this. It's not a challenge, just right click on it, go to select data, and then just switch rows to column. So the moment you do that, just click OK. you have this here like this. So you have all the values. So you can delete everything. In this case, we're deleting everything in this data except the chart itself. Okay, so I click on this, we say fill, we say no fill, and in this we say outline, no outline. Okay, then data labels, so turn on the data label. So for the data labels, we'll say more options. We want data labels to be inside the chart like this, as you can see. And then also, aside from the value there, we also want to see the, at least let's get the, like for example, this 30.5 that we have here is the above SLA. This 25 is below SLA. So just say value from sales, right? Once you check the box for value from sales, you just highlight all of this and then just say okay. Okay, so once you do that, okay, so just a minute. Okay, so for this value from sales, let's do that again quickly. Value from sales, select range. So the range is just this one, SLA, just click enter. We select this one too, value from sales. Then click on this one, just say enter. And then also click on this one, check the box, and then just click on this one like this. Okay, so you can see it there. So now let's edit this, or let's move it to our chart first that we can easily edit it. So Control X, come to your dashboard, Control V, you can just shorten it here like this. You just fit it inside first. Okay, so once you fit it in, you can now stretch this one out here like this. Stretch it out, stretch this one inside like this. You can reduce the font size as well. So just come here, click on this, just click on the entire chart like this. Come to the home tab, the font size, we can use 6. We use 6 initially. Okay, so that's it, 666. Okay, that's good. Then the fonts is we're using our Segway semi bold. So for this one, let's use whites since the background is that. Then I just fit it in here like this. Let it be the middle. Okay, so then after that, we just bring out the, so finally the average call duration. We just make a copy of this, Control C, bring it here, and check, remove this response time. So we have the average call duration for call send. Just say equals to this A298, and then just come to your dashboard, just make a copy of this one, Control D, just move it down here like this, and then just remove all of this, and then come to models, select this one and click enter. So you can just come to this one, click on format painter, and then just select this and just stretch it out like this. Okay, so this is what we have, and this is what we have. So let's see what we have built. So then we also need to change this color here. So this one, I click on it, just say fill. Let's use the dark color. Okay, so we have it that way. Then also to the curved edges, you can also bring out the curved edges for this one. So if I come to models, yeah, I'll just click on insert shapes. I'm using this one here. Just bring it down here like this. Set it to fit like this. Okay. Then just right click on this, the fill. So let's move it to our dashboard first. Control X. Let's come to our dashboard so that we can see it properly. Control V. This is what it looks like. So I click on it. I want to outline. Say no outline. So what's the color that was used for this particular one here? Let's confirm. So the fill home, come to the fill. So the one that we used for that particular color. Which one was used for that particular color? fill. Okay, so I just right click on this one, select that same fill, which is this one here. So you can just move it this way like this. Just say Control C, select it here like this, Control V. So you can see it gives that rounded edge here. So just make a copy of this, Control V. Just move it down like this. So you get the color for this one as well. I click on it. The fill that was used here was this one. So just right click on this one, the fill, select this one here. So Control C, just come here, Control V, sorry. So let me zoom in a bit so I can select it properly. This is the final thing we're doing tonight. Okay, so the fill, say new fill, use the wrong color. So let's see the fill is this one. So Control C, select this one, Control V, sorry, Control V, Control V. Okay, so that's it there. Okay, so that's what we have. Okay, so because of time, we will stop here tonight. So I believe with this, you can create the other ones. It's just basically a repetition of everything that we have done so far. So yeah, so that's the idea. So you can also customize it as depending on what you want per time and all of that. So yeah, so that's it. So now let's one last thing, how to make these icons interactive. So for example, let's say so these are on page by default. Maybe I want this icon to take me to my to the Excel sheets, right? I can just right click on it, click on link, and then I say current folder, place in this document, and then the data, click on it, I click OK, such that if I click on this icon now, you can see it takes me to the link, the take me to the data set. Then this one I can bring in my LinkedIn icon, LinkedIn portfolio. If I right click on it, I click on link, just come and say existing file. I just set the website and all of that. So yeah, so that's it basically for tonight. So at this point, I would like to hand over to and okay, okay. So
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you so much,
yes,
Rume. Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you so
This
much.
was exciting. You have really outdone yourself. So, guys, you all asked for it, and you have it here. Rume has showed you how he created this dashboard. So, nothing is stopping you from recreating this, and then you post it. You tag us, you tag Rume so that we can see your own fashion. As usual, you can always add your spice to it. So, we've come to the end of this. Thank you everyone for joining. See you next section. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.